Hey everybody, and welcome to Action Figure Breakdown. This is Seth with you again for episode number 20. Super excited to have done 20 episodes with you guys. We will be doing our giveaway drawing live later today for those of you that entered our contest on our Instagram at Action Figure Breakdown. We'll take a quick look at the giveaway prizes that are going to be available to our winner. One winner will get to choose out of 5 different prizes. So that's super cool. We've got a couple of figures to review as well. And then I'd like to address a subscriber directly who reached out to us to talk to us about our giveaway and maybe tweaking it a little bit for people that it's unavailable to. So let's talk real quick about the figures we've got in the giveaway. We've got a couple of Marvel Legends. So real quick, we've got Magic from the Marvel Legends X-Men line. Walgreens exclusive with tons of cool accessories in there. Super cool. We've got Nick Fury from the Captain Marvel movie, Marvel Legends line, with the Kree Sentry Build-A-Figure part there. I know some people are looking for that. And then we've also got that cool Flurkin in his handcuffs and muzzle. We've got a couple of Funko Pops I threw into the giveaway this time. We've got Captain America and Iron Man, the battle scene from Civil War, from the Marvel Collector Corps. This is a Funko Pop 2-pack, so that will be an available option for our winner. We've also got, from the Marvel Studios 10-year anniversary, we've got Hulk smashing Loki. So that's pretty cool, right there. It's a neat movie moment from Funko. And last but not least, I do like to throw something new into the giveaways, and we've got Tony Stark as Iron Man, Funko Pop and T combo. As you guys can see, this is an extra large T, so for our winner, if you choose this, I hope you are an extra large. This is a Pop and T combo from Target. It is a Target exclusive. It is still shrink wrapped, so I haven't even opened this sucker yet. Real quick shot of the back of the box here. As you guys can see, that's what the Pop looks like. We've got him on the T. And this is a glow-in-the-dark Pop. So I've seen the glow on this bad boy, and it is awesome. So those are our prizes available to our winners. Real quick, let's talk about the user, or subscriber rather, who reached out to us about tweaking our giveaways a little bit. So one of our subscribers from an international area reached out to us about tweaking our giveaways and making them a little bit more available to people in places that aren't as well off as the United States or other, first world countries. The user is from Venezuela, and he asked me to perhaps do cash giveaways in order to kind of help maybe alleviate any issues with shipping over there. So here's my deal with that. I feel like a cash giveaway kind of eliminates the point of what we're doing here. We're about the toys and enjoyment and stuff like that. But I am not going to pretend to be completely callous and unsympathetic to what's going on in Venezuela at the moment. I am very aware, and I try to keep up on the news as much as possible, excuse me, about what's going on in Venezuela. I know you guys get the Maduro situation. You guys are in a recession with oil prices and stuff like that. So I am very aware that financially Venezuela is a very constrained country at the moment. If you want a prize, it wouldn't be in your best interest to probably use that money on shipping to get the prize. It would probably best to use that money on daily essentials. So I don't want to pretend that your cry for help or your request is falling on deaf ears. However, you are aware that this is the internet, and there are tons of scams pervasive all over the internet. So what we're going to do, I don't want to be a sucker to Nigerian Prince, who doesn't really exist and tells me I won the lottery, and I don't want to be somebody who's callous or cold to the world around him. So what we're going to do in our next giveaway is I'm going to do a little bit of research, and we'll announce this next giveaway very quickly after we do the live drawing today. I'm going to do a little bit of research, and I'm going to do a donation to a Venezuelan charity. Specifically, I'm going to be looking for orphanages or children's hospitals or places that I can give to children, people who need toys and enjoyment and things in their lives. Now, I may make a cash donation to a Venezuelan charity. I may make a toy donation to a Venezuelan charity. I haven't quite decided on that yet. But I will be specific to the area of Venezuela, as that is where our subscriber who reached out to us comes from. I will check the legitimacy of these charities that I'll be donating to. And I will let the winner of our next giveaway choose which of these charities that we give to in our next giveaway. This giveaway we're going to kind of keep just the way it is, streamline it. But like I said, my big thing here is that I don't want my you subscribers to feel like they can't reach out to me or ask for help. I don't want that thing to fall on deaf ears, but I also want to donate within the boundaries of what makes me comfortable, if that makes sense to you guys. So thank you for listening to me on that diatribe. I apologize if it got a little deep there for a minute. But like I said, I want to make sure that you guys feel like you guys can reach out to me and ask for whatever you guys need for help or whatnot, and I will help in any way that I feel I'm comfortable with and helping. So yes, anyway, moving on to the figures we're going to review. Yay! So we got Dakin and Fantomex on the lineup today. So Dakin, if you guys know anything about Dakin, he is a clone of Wolverine. He was hired by Norman Osborn during the Dark Avengers saga to take over the mantle as Wolverine. So we've got this super cool variant of Wolverine here from the Dark Avengers saga, Dark Wolverine. And this is the box. And these are the older Marvel Universe Marvel Legends when Hasbro kind of first got the license back and started getting their game together. They do have a Build-A-Figure part. As you can see, it is a blister pack, so there's not a whole lot of room for accessories in here, which is something we do like in the newer Marvel Legends. These waves are pretty cool, though. We got some really cool figures in there. We got comic-style Drax, Wrecking Ball from the Wrecking Crew, Bucky Cap, who we've reviewed here on the channel already. We got Fantomex we're going to take a look at pretty soon, Madam Hydra there, and Stealth Suit or Big Time Spider-Man, depending on what comic you're reading. And it's a cool Arnim Zola Build-A-Figure there as well. Now, we did get him in the 2-pack that was a Secret Empire arc 2-pack that had Hydra Cap and Arnim in there. So we did get another reissue of Arnim Zola, much like we got a reissue of Hulkbuster. I'm kind of debating on whether or not, now that I've got 3 Build-A-Figure parts, I might just build the Arnim Zola. But I do know that some of those parts are hard to come by. Like that Wrecking Ball guy is like $100 on card, maybe like $120. Yeah, super tough to come by. But as you guys can tell, these guys are on blister packs, like I said. So I had to peel the backs of these cards out to make sure the cards stayed in pretty nice shape, which I think I did all right. But let's take a look at the figures. So real quick, let's take a look at Fantomex first. So this is one of my favorite figures. He's one of my favorite characters, honestly, randomly in the Marvel Universe. And he's not somebody that I followed too closely at first. But then I read a Deathlock arc with him and Wolverine in it and Cap, and he quickly became one of my favorites. He's hilarious. He's kind of in the vein of Deadpool, slightly more childish, slightly more dry humor. But this guy's my jam. Really dig him. He came with 2 cool guns, so I really dig these guns. They're kind of different molds from what I'm used to with the Marvel Legends, the other Marvel Legends handguns. So we've got these, which are super cool. As you guys notice, I did leave the rubber band on there. So like I said earlier, the blister packs don't really leave a whole lot of room for accessories. So we don't get hand swaps. We don't get extra heads usually. That kind of stinks, which is why I like the box packaging better. So figure swappers, knock it off. I like this box packaging. We get cool accessories. Besides the point, though, let's talk about Fantomex a little bit. So he's got this cool multiple man style cape you guys have seen before. There's a really good shot of his face now that the camera's in focus. The lines on this guy are super sharp. It's white on black. You could easily expect a lot of paint smudging and stuff like that, but not on this figure. I got super lucky, and he looks absolutely stunning. His head's super cool. It's got the cool paint job on top there. Again, super sharp on the lines. He did a really, really good job with this figure. So anyway, he comes with 2 guns. There's one on the side there. I got in the holster. As I was mentioning, the hands are not my favorite thing in the world. They're kind of wide. They're meant for holding the guns, which is super cool, and they got the trigger finger, which I like. But they're just a little wide, and they don't hold the gun securely, so it kind of makes it tough. I'm supposing you could do the hot water, cold water trick and kind of like freeze them in place, but, you know, that seems like a giant pain in the butt. I might just find some black hands to swap out there. So there's Fantomex, guys. We'll talk about his articulation a little bit. So he does have not the cape, the coat here. But he does have pretty standard Marvel Legends shoulder articulation. We've got the ball and socket joint, goes up and down, side to side. We've got pretty good 360. Oh, that doesn't sound good. He's got pretty good 360 range of motion. Man, that sounds terrible. Fix that. Anyway, so we've got bicep pivot here. Like I said, he's an older figure, guys. We've got bicep pivot here, double hinged elbows for you guys to see right there. Let's see if we can get a better shot of that. There we go. Okay, so we got the double hinged elbows there. He doesn't have any forearm pivot. We've got pretty standard Marvel Legends wrists, so they go back, they go forward, and they will turn and do the same. So that's pretty standard, pretty cool. Like I said, those hands aren't terrible. They're just not great either. They look like they'd be pretty easy swap though if I wanted to. So, other articulation. He's got ab crunch. We've got hip pivot. These older Universe Legends have that ball and socket joint thing going on here in the legs, which is kind of poopy, but it also gives you... So I don't like the look. I think that's the thing that is my biggest gripe about the ball and socket, is I don't like the look. But I do like the range of motion that it gives you. If they could find a better way to like hide this ball and socket, that would be pretty cool. Knees. We've got double hinged knees. This molding on these thigh straps here is actually part of the figure. It's not like Cyclops or Rogue where they slide up and down. Shin pivot. Do we have shin pivot? No shin pivot on this guy. And these knees feel kind of like thin. So don't try to pivot the shin because you might break it. For ankles. So his ankles are a little weird. Again, this was older Legends. So he doesn't have ankle pivot like we're used to. He's got back and forth, which is cool. Up and down. That's neat. And the ankle does turn to the left and to the right. But it doesn't... I guess it kind of has that diagonal vibe to it. But again, the ankle is attached here at the high ankle as opposed to the joint being at the foot. So this guy's going to be for our custom swappers and stuff like that. This guy's not going to be a real good swap ankle thing. You're going to need very specific Fantomex ankles. So that's Fantomex, guys. Super cool fig. Super excited to have him in the lineup. Let's do a quick pose of him real quick or whatnot. Again, this is just, look at that paint. He's so sharp. And like I said, he quickly became one of my favorite characters. He's part of the Weapon Plus program, so he runs into Wolverine and Deadpool and those guys a lot. And speaking of Wolverines, let's talk about Dakin a little bit. So we got Dakin here. And as you guys noticed, he doesn't have the cowl like he does on the box, and that's because this is a variant. This is the Dakin Unmasked variant, which is super cool. I managed to score this guy at, like I said, a local collector shop, and he cost me a little more than a normal retail figure, but seeing as this variant had super hard to find, I did not mind paying the price. Plus, he's a local guy, so I like supporting local business the whole nine. As you guys can see, he's got the super cool bone claws. He's also got the super cool mohawk hair. And as he's unmasked, they also gave him that removable cowl on the back, which is ultra cool as well. I also like how they did the paint, and it matches like super nicely. He's got a tattooed arm, which is super cool. We'll talk about his upper body articulation real quick. He's got, okay, so as you guys can see, based on his shoulders, he's got these double hinged kind of shoulders. He's also got the regular shoulder joint that a Marvel Legend has, so he will go back and forth, side to side, up and down. We've got bicep pivot and a double hinged elbow, as you guys can see right there pretty well. This guy's super cool. They did give him forearm pivot, so he'll pivot right here at the forearm, which is nice. Wrist pivot is pretty much the same as Fantomex. Side to side, back and forth. These claws are attached, like you can't unattach them, so be careful because they might break off. I would have had to do the hot water, cold water thing numerous times to kind of get them to like look like that, and they won't stay that way. They kind of do that, but whatever, no big deal. Figures, right? Anyway, so we've got ab crunch here, hip pivot, which is super cool. As you guys know, he's got the old school belt, not the Jim Lee belt with the X on it, which is super cool. Again, ball and socket joints, not a huge fan. They did what looks like a pretty good job trying to like make these blend in with the pants though, so I'm not super upset about that. There's that face. Now that I got the camera in focus, there's that face. Yeah, buddy. That's sick. Double hinge knees, as you guys can see. Cool about this Wolverine is he's got shin pivot. But I feel like, okay, so here we're going to talk about the weird thing about this Wolvie. This is goofy ankles. So his ankles, as you guys can see in this shot, are super weird. They go side to side. They go up and down. We get no left to right, so we get no ankle pivot, but we do have that shin pivot, which I feel like they had to give him. But they did do something else with this guy. They gave him toe hinges, as you guys can see there too. So you can kind of stand on his toes if you got stiff joints at least, which is pretty cool. I don't hate this. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the way this ankle's designed, but I'm a huge fan of this toe hinge. And the shin pivot's always fun, especially on a Wolvie boot, because you're never sure if you're going to get these. But yeah, so this is an awesome figure, guys. This guy's amazing looking. Like, not only does he look just like he did in the comics, like I don't. This is just a dope fig. This is one of my favorites. It gives me an anti-Wolverine. It completes my Wolverine family, although I do need a Gabby. So yeah, now I've got Laura, and I've got Dakin, and I've got Logan. So I've got the Wolvie family for the most part, except for Gabs. But yeah, thanks for checking us out. Thanks for watching episode 20. This has been a lot of fun. Like I said, super excited to do that giveaway later today. We'll do a live drawing on YouTube a little bit later, probably around, what time is it now? It's about noon here, Central Time, so we'll probably do the drawing probably about 9:30, a little bit after dinner time. And yeah, thanks for watching episode 20, guys. I'm excited to tweak our giveaway a little bit to try to help out our international audience a little bit if we can. And then, like I said, if we have other places that we can, or I didn't say this, but if we have other places that we can donate to or reach out to as well, I'm more than happy to check out charities and expand my philanthropy portfolio. But like I said, I'm not a rich man, so this doesn't come from a place of I have money to give away. This comes from a place of I like to share the joy of collecting, and I want to kind of keep it about toys and about like having a good time. So thank you guys for watching Action Figure Breakdown. Sorry for the depth of this episode. I mean, I'm not sorry, but I am sorry. We're supposed to keep it light and fun here, and let's get back to that. So as we say here at Action Figure Breakdown, keep breaking it down, and we'll see you guys for the live drawing later on tonight.